everybody. Today is Workers' Day, and one of the most hardworking set of people in Nollywood are the people behind the camera. Today, we have somebody who has been behind the camera for over 2 decades. My name is Jumoke, also known as Mr. Bond, and together with Mr. Gbenga Father, the Biodun of Nollywood reporting, we shall be taking you through the journey of Nollywood this week.
It's time for our news review. Sincerely, at this rate, I really hope that there will be a week where we don't need to announce the passing away of a Nollywood star. Ojimi, veteran actor, passed away last Friday. May his soul rest in peace. Ogunjimi, may his soul rest in peace. Mr. Bon, what do you have to say? At this rate, I think Nollywood needs prayers.
Well, I don't think that way. I think that every industry, people die. People die. Politicians die weekly. Bankers die weekly. Lawyers die weekly. It's just that because Nollywood is in the face of everybody, it looks as if Nollywood is weak. Should we go and pray for politicians? Because Senator Eze died last week. I can real people who have died this year to you. But it's sad that Ogunjimi is gone that way. May God grant him rest.
Amen. Secondly, Toyin Abraham has announced her December cinema project, Alakada Bad and Bougie, AAB. The film will be done in June. By Funke Akindele, coming on the success of her 1.5 billion movie, has been filming in Lagos.
That's interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if they're both in competition or they're just doing it for the market. But whichever way it goes, they've done very well for the industry. They've helped promote the cinema culture further and attracted quite a number of the people we call Gen Zs. They now go to the cinemas for reasons best known to them. So, I mean, good one from Funke and Tony.
We are waiting for Mercy too, because she has joined that December gang.
So up next, big congratulations to Yomi Fabi as he's about to launch his new house in Abiodun. May God be with him and grant him safety in his new home. Amen.
We are talking the
launching is going on.
The housewarming is going on. I've seen a couple of videos already, and I wish him the best. It's good to see. It's refreshing to see Nollywood actors buy houses, buy cars. It used to be different big cars now, but now it's houses that we are seeing. And I'm happy that Yomi Fabi is doing this, because I was one of those who were very furious when Fushadelu granted an interview the other day and said it was only Nollywood actresses that were doing big things. You understand? And I don't agree with him. I can mention about 10 Nollywood actors that I know that live in a house of their own. Deyemi, Jumoke, and the rest of them. You understand? So, and the Yoruba industry, which a lot of people, I am not saying it is true, always say they don't pay well. Yomi Fabi, we don't know him to do any other thing than being an actor. And we're happy to see.
Probably a producer.
You understand? But
this house is not even new, because I remember he spoke about the house sometimes last year. He spoke about it and had a couple of things for the house. And now his launching is very nice. I'm happy, like you rightly said, I'm happy that he's launching the house now, and we have a proof to show that there's actually a form of payment, good remuneration, so to say, to Yoruba actors and directors. And well, that's just an example, and we hope to see.
Okay, next on our news, Segun Arinze has interestingly weighed on himself to speak on the Yahaya Bello versus EFCC saga. In his words, the social media is not a law court. If EFCC has evidence, they can claim, as they claim they do, they should go to court. Mr. Bond.
Interesting one. It's always good sometimes for our actors to intelligently come out and put their opinion on issues like this. I listened to the video. Not in one place in the video did Segun say Yaya was innocent, but his own grouse with EFCC is EFCC is supposed to be an intelligent organization, and that they should act intelligently by not posting or putting their evidence on social media, because the judges are not going to look at the social media when they want to make their judgment anyway. And so why are they so much in a hurry to put things in social media court? That's what Segun is saying.
Okay. So finally, May is going to be an interesting month as Fumilayo, the biopic of Mama Ransom Kuti, will hit the cinemas. Abure opens today, and Awujale will premiere this May before it hits cinemas in June 14th. All biopics.
It's a month of so much to see.
So
I can't wait for Awujale. I'm particular about Awujale because it's traditional. It speaks to history. It tells us where we are coming from. And these days, I get to have so much interest in traditional films because our kids, know some of the things the Western world or the Westerners see as their history, but they don't know as, I want to watch it, I want to see it, I want to take my kids to the cinema, to see it and tell them, I'm an Ijebu man, in Lagos, but that is our own Queen or King Charles. Of course they know King Charles, they know the late Queen Elizabeth, but most of them don't even know Awujale. If not for maybe when his praises are sung in songs in Fuji and all that, or when some of them, these kids don't even go home for Ojide Oba where they will see the Awujale. So it's a big one if we have cultural movies like Awujale. Aburo, I'm hoping to see what we have in that. And for Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, I know the producer has not for once given me a doubt about the quality of our productions and quality of the cast. So I'm hoping to see something more refreshing. I'm hoping to see something again that would give people who don't know Fela Kuti, people who don't know Fela's mom and her impact, not only on her son as Fela Kuti, but also as Nigerians, as Yorubas, the impact the woman has made will be felt, basically.
Well, I agree totally with you. I've seen a bit of clips of Fumilayo, and I'm excited. The two people that played Fumilayo, the younger one and the older one, are people that that whether you like them, whether you anything, that whatever you give them, they will make it. Kenny Bankole and Auntie Joke Silva. So I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. I've seen some of the clips. I watched 10 minutes of it when she did something about it in Silverbird Cinema. Unfortunately, I had a meeting that day, I had to leave, and it was very painful. And what I saw in the opening 10 minutes, I think that I'm happy because I'm one of the advocates of let us tell our stories. It will be painful for somebody from South Africa to come tomorrow and come and do a movie about MKO or Abiola. Whatever the person does is what we will take. We will now it is then that we now start arguing that no, Abiola was this, Abiola was that. When the story was lying fallow all along and nobody does it. So I'm excited that a lot of people are trying to do biopics now. I know that this year principal photography will also be done on Professor Pella's biopic. So it's interesting. It makes our young people.
Have Wole Soyinka too.
Wole Soyinka too. Yeah, it has been done.
It's been done.
It's just for it to come out. I think Latif played Wole Soyinka, if I'm right.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see where we are on biopics. We have in the studio today an award-winning filmmaker, two-time winners of Africa Magic Award. Those are awards that when you get a nomination alone, you celebrate for weeks. Talk less of winning it back to back. He has done more than 100 movies, if I'm right. We have Mr. Biodun Jimoh.
We have to be here with you guys.
Today we're going to be talking more about Africa Magic award coming up in 10 days time.
African Magic Viewers
Choice Award coming up in 10 days time, and we're going to be talking about the industry and you generally. African Magic Award was set up in 2013, and it has audiences in over 50 countries with its live broadcast. This year's event will take place on the 11th of May 2024.
Actually, 10th and 11th.
10th and 11th.
Yeah, 2 days.
You understand? You won Africa Magic Award. You won it twice consecutively.
Yes.
Tell us, how did you feel at that period of time to have to be a two-time winner of Africa Magic Award?
Well, it was refreshing. It was interesting because I've always been skeptical about Nollywood's award. I was never interested because each time there were a lot of reasons. And when African Magic Viewers Choice Award was introduced in 2013, I didn't bother submitting anything. I was still skeptical. I wanted to watch it, see it, so I watched it from home, and it looked great. It looked like our Oscar. So I was like, wow, this is grand. Then I wanted to watch more because that might be a fluke. So 2014, I watched again. Then I was working on one of my proteges, and we watched it together from our house. Then it was at Agro Palace. We were watching, and I'm like, wow, this is interesting. And I told her then, next year we're going to be here. So, and the following year we submitted, and we won in the category of best indigenous language movie, Yoruba. And that was my area of concentration, really. And you may find us strange. A couple of my friends have told me that, Biodun, you're not a businessman, you're a businessman. This art thing, this passion thing is too much for you. You just, they are not far from the truth, but I believe in art. The name, the art itself brings money, but you have to be passionate about art. When I told her that we're going to be there, it sounded like one of guy stuff, mouth. She was telling me this later that, it was like a magic. Then we did what we did that year. We submitted, and we won in that area of best indigenous language movie. And why I said that indigenous language movie was my area of concentration was because I remember in 2009 a group of filmmakers were discussing and they were saying at that garden that Yoruba films, they were saying all the disadvantages of the Yoruba film, they were saying all the weaknesses of Yoruba films. And I looked at the sitting of 5 of us. It was only one person was not Yoruba. We were all filmmakers. And I was like, guy, you are Yoruba, you are Yoruba. Even the guy that was not Yoruba, Delta, is like a Yoruba guy, born and bred here, like semi-Yoruba person.
You don't want to mention this?
I don't want to mention them. So I'm like, we are Yoruba. Why? That thing that you felt was not right. What they talk about, like, no intelligent storytelling, they build conflict. At the end of the day, they end with douche, a machina, like go to one babalawo or one church or one other level. You just look at one flat screen, then it was common then. Mm-hmm. And these were part of the things we changed stylishly in the industry. I'll tell you, myself, I don't like to sing this, but I am one unsung hero in this, especially in this Yoruba movie industry, because I saw it and I was like, I will come and change this thing. and I made the statement. Don't be surprised. At least you have someone that you know that you can ask. That when we got the nomination, well, there has not been any movie that I did and I decided that this is going to AMVC, and that's never been at AMVC. We did 3 back to back just to make a statement, you know.
What are the titles?
We did Binto Fege, Somewhere in the Dark, and I Like It. You know, consecutively, so this we're going to, and they got there, and yeah, twice they won. Yeah, and the 4th year, I was like, let's rest. People have got the message, and AMVC has come to do something I've been waiting for a long time. That it's not about just packing in stars in a movie. Write intelligent story. Let's have fine cinematography. Do something different, and AMVC just stand that. You know, the year when we won with Binta Fege, that year we had some big project in the category, and Binto, yeah, you were there. Yes, Mr. Biodun has always been around, you know, and Binto won. There were talks around that, okay, Biodun is something, Biodun knew them, I don't know,
I was going to ask you.
Yes, sir. You know, the rumor was so thick that it got to me, my ears, I heard it, you know.
In fact, it was being rumored that one of the reasons your productions won then was because your productions were being heard on African Magic platforms, and that's why you were being given that.
Exactly. So and I said, okay, one time maybe a few. I called my protege and I said, let's shock the world. Let's do something. That even when I did Binto Fege, I had my doubt that may not win. I said, let's do something that I know that nobody will beat it at this level. So let's go. So that's how you stand. You tell people that no, it's only a fluke. So we did Somewhere in the Dark. So when that won too, and I think people now accepted that okay, there's a new sheriff in town, and they accepted the protege then as a star. She became a star, and that's how we changed the narrative. And that's how we give birth to a new face of Yoruba movie industry. Yeah, a lot of people, yeah, they follow the, what I call it, the
trend.
The trend, you know. Yeah, I was looking for a word there, but it's right. So they follow the, you know, like the design, and it's working. It's working. And well, these days I see it being abused too. I'm not happy about certain things. It's getting abused. Typical Nigeria. You see a trend, they abuse it. No, let's not walk away. Let's not walk away from the culture. The culture is good, and thank God, somehow, some way, we're going back gradually to the culture too. What I'm trying to say in the essence that, you know, our style then, we use the code switching. We talk the way average Yoruba guys talk in the city. You drop Yoruba, drop English, yeah. We used an English title for a Yoruba movie. It's Somewhere in the Dark. We're part of the screen conference, Mr. Bond, you know. And Yoruba, it had a Yoruba title actually. The Somewhere in the Dark. The Yoruba title was Agbedemeji, you know. But that same year, Yoruba was doing something Agbedemeji. So I decided to, you know, kill that title and just go with someone. It was supposed to be Agbedemeji. Then Somewhere in the Dark would be like the tagline.
Okay.
On the Agbedemeji, Somewhere in the Dark. So when Yoruba was doing Agbedemeji, different story entirely. So I just killed Agbedemeji and blew Somewhere in the Dark. So that was our AMVCA journey then.
Okay, so I know for the fact that after you won, there was this rise of Yoruba series basically on African Magic Yoruba, you know, and a lot of people will say your victory at BMVCA's, you know, pioneered that rise in Yoruba series. How well has that helped your career moving forward after that?
Well, it's true. That happened, and unfortunately, even for me, I had a couple of series on African Magic then. Then after winning the AMVC, I got busier in movies that it killed my series.
Okay.
It killed like the most watched series on most watched Yoruba series then. It was called Kill Anta.
Okay.
Yeah, we had Kill Anta then. People were crazy about it. They were cool. It was a curious case. It was a mad concept. So, and we had another one, Odetola, the bushmeat and the hunter. It wasn't very popular, but at least it had a storyline that people were following them. But because at Prodigy and Pens then, we had minimal strength then, and series will take a lot from you. The script, more days of shoot, edit, subtitling, and movies were coming, bam, 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 bam. Then AMVCA was like the main thing. Then like we have been there. You just have to keep going back there to show that okay, that the first time wasn't a fluke. So we have to pay more attention to doing movies, and there's some which I feel an improvement should happen on it. I think they should revisit it. AMVCA categorizes movie and series together, and more often than not, the movies win. So we weighed that option. We're like, let's go for the movies. So, and the movies were faster to finish, and the movies were even paying more, and recognition were coming from the movie, and this even stamped me as a director. So I needed to nurture that new title, and I don't want to be going back and forth. So when that is registered, I can move to something else. So that's why, for me, in series, I was not able to continue, but there were new series on African Magic, and like I told you, Nigerian factor, we abuse things. You see, we are even becoming so much that even African Magic had to stop
at some point.
At some point, that they're not taking series again.
But I think they started commissioning their series.
Their series, exactly. They started commissioning their series. In fact, for Yoruba, until recently, I was the first person they commissioned for Yoruba. They've never commissioned anything in language. So I was the first person they commissioned. So we did a couple of titles for them, but now they've extended it to other people, which is typical of them. They try to reach out to more people as possible, and they don't want it to seem like, well, this person is our party, which is good, which I like the style. So that is where we are today.
So you mentioned earlier something about your protege. I mean, you didn't want to mention the name, but I know that. I mean, everybody knows the protege is Jumoke Odetola.
Oh.
And
well, you were there.
You worked with her for a number of years, before you both decided to go your separate ways. What necessitated that? Was it an argument? Was it something? Was it a fight, or it was just time for both of you to just move your separate way and do your thing individually? Because I know that at the moment she has a series on. It was a film. Yeah. That was developed into a series on African Magic at the moment.
Yeah.
So what actually happened? What necessitated the decision to go your separate ways? Because you guys you were like the winning team then.
Yeah. I think it's still me trying to blend into the people's way. We have a background, and I came from a very unique background in which honesty is priority. Honesty is pride. So Jumoke and I was just playing with her. I told her certain thing. This is this. You can go here. You can go here. This is the road. This is, and sometimes people have rules, and it's natural. So I think at one point when she was like, okay, we cannot continue this way. So it was a mutual thing. It was a peaceful thing. Even I can remember when as a matter of fact, I initiated it. People used to think I initiated it. I remember when I went to meet her at her home to tell her this, and we were sitting in the car. And I told her I had our money with me then. So I had 2 productions, one from Corporate Pictures, one from African Magic. So once I received the revenue, even from Corporate, I had to tell Corporate that year. I received from African Magic, I had to tell Corporate that year that you have to please, I need you to pay me this money faster than, because I'm trying to go and offset something. So because I just had to do that, so I went to her and we discussed amicably. She said, oh, it is. I said, I think at this stage. It was peaceful. I was surprised when after that I was seeing some funny posts not from her, from people around her. They were trying to be funny, but
Industry people?
not really.
Okay.
Yeah, So if I must be honest with you, industry people were looking forward to that.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Like I said, you guys were
they were looking forward to that, and it was like, wow. Like, it's something I will know as an Agbalagba, because to be honest with you, because I have a mentorship program. I was an actor. The industry was difficult, was closed during our days. People like us, broke that open, made it easier for people by creating this amiable mentorship program. Yeah. And one of the things I did, even with this particular procedure, was that I made her understand that I know you. She came from a very good family. She was one of my best proteges. So I still tell my new proteges that, see, Doctor is wonderful. This is some of the things you need to emulate from her. Blah, blah, blah. So, but she has some characters that could not go with Nollywood. Yeah, that is not. I can't say it's a bad character, but it's a person. But I let her understand that. See, in Nollywood, take for instance, naturally, Jumoke was somebody who used to keep to herself a lot. It's something that will look snobbish on set to people. So I let her understand that if you're going out of your car, you have to have a default face, a default smile, a default, a greeting for everybody. You have to mix with people. So naturally, Jumoke has some characters that people may not be able to blend with. Yeah. So they had issues with her, but they were respecting me. So our case was like, they just have to love her because of me and Lord. So it's like when it happened, you're like, okay, this is now, but it's still okay, because I used to tell people, so far so good. I see people fight, they go messy on Instagram, they do. Jumoke and I are still following each other. We met at an award. I planned to talk to her that day, but she was childish that day. Just walking around and ignored my seat, and that was where I was like, oh, okay. But I believe she will grow one day to any day, anytime. I tell people Jumoke is my baby. She's still growing, she's growing, and she's doing well. And I'm happy for her.
When are we going to see her in your next production?
Very soon. Very soon.
Let's move away from Jumoke matter to talk about Nollywood.
Okay.
To me, Nollywood now is in two phases.
Yeah.
The streaming, which is either YouTube, Amazon, or Netflix, and cinema. You've one way or the other perfectly out of the streaming in terms of your movies on YouTube. I'm one of those who watch a lot of YouTube movies, and I can, from my head, I can tell you figures of some of the movies. I want to ask you, what makes a movie successful on YouTube? You see some movies on YouTube, within a week they have over 1 million views. You see some movies, in 6 months they are still struggling to have 200,000 views. In your own view, and as somebody who has done it back to back, what do you think is the key to having a successful YouTube movie?
It's followership. I'll call it followership, and that goes
Followership of the actor, the director,
everything. It's all encompassing. It could be one thing or the other. Take for instance, for me, followers of Abiodun Jimoh, they follow my intelligent storytelling. Yeah, because it has been our watchword. They will go, well, if I go here, they say, I don't need more story. If I go here, so some people are following me. Excuse me, my story. Then I'm sworn to a mentorship program. Yeah. Take for example, after Jumoke, a couple of people have come. Yeah. Presently, there is an Akiami, There is a followership for her. Yeah. Take for example, someone and I, let me mention, Odetola Bono, we had a discussion today. And I was explaining something to him that, okay, in YouTube, we have some faces. They've been there. And if you put Funke Akindele in a YouTube movie today, don't be surprised if it doesn't go well. Our followership is not there. But she's the queen of cinema. Take it, anything she did, if she produces a movie, she's just dancing from beginning to the end. At the cinema, she's going to break record. She's going to break record. Yeah. Until she will never lose it. Until someone loses the followership. There was a time it was YouTube. Even Toy, there was a time there was somebody recently, YouTube. Now you put the person there, the person is not doing there's another person. The first person I say is a lady. There's another person, a guy. Yeah? The guy is doing very well at the cinema today. Even the marketers, they understand that. If you want to have him on YouTube, you're just paying high rate unnecessarily. You will not move this because the followership has moved away from that YouTube. Yeah. So you have to be strategic. That, okay, this thing I'm doing, I want to do a YouTube movie. Let me start with the director. What's the followership of the director? Okay. Actor. Which actor? Who are they following? And these people, they don't need to be your A-list. It's something, it's like a wave of the moment. Like I was telling the person with this now, it's a wave. We have this person in our circle. Let's take advantage of this person. So these are some of the things. Then the platform too. When you say Libra, Yoruba Plus, Yoruba Play, So they have, for in recent time, somebody told me that what's wrong with Yorubahood? And Yorubahood used to be the main thing then, So that is followership. You have to know for what reason do you want to be on this, for what. Then you have to understand again, there are some times when I want to place my YouTube, some stories are not liberal like. it's Yoruba plus. Some stories may not be perfect or they may be liberal, you know. You need their audience, the followership, you know. So all these things you need to know. Then you need to work accordingly.
So now you have the experience of both. I mean, YouTube, you're fantastic with what you've just explained to us, your strategy. I mean, you've done DVD, you've done series on TV, regular TV, decoder and all that. Which, for you, as one who understands these three and understands where the money comes from, which would you say gives more money? From YouTube to streaming to DVD to putting it on Africa Magic, which would you say gives more money?
I'm trying to understand the question. Because whatever you put on YouTube that is streaming, it can still go on Africa Magic.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the idea is you put on YouTube and still put on Africa Magic.
Go on Africa Magic.
Let me now put the question in another way.
Okay.
Before it used to be DVD.
Okay.
I remember that when films were first of all being put on YouTube, marketers were fighting people not to put films on YouTube.
On YouTube, okay.
You understand? Now today, as an independent producer, were you making more money when film used to be on DVD than now when it goes on YouTube and the DVD has been killed?
Now it's better. YouTube is better because it gives you. Take for example, back then most times you don't even have your copyright. One. Secondly, you can't even monitor how your movies did.
It's what the marketer tells you.
What the marketer tells you. So sometimes when you are with a God-fearing marketer, you know, you have given your decision, you have agreed on it. That's why you hear some history in the past, like one marketer gave car to Baron, one marketer gave car to Mr. Bond. It's because the marketer felt, this person just collected 20 naira. I've made 500 naira on this thing. Let me buy a car of 10 naira for it. Let me buy a car of 20 naira for it. And you will be happy. You'll be happy. But today, you do your movie, I've seen people who collected for within 3 months, they collected 15 million on YouTube for a movie, you know, and in recent time there is this girl that did the movie 69. The title was 69, you know, and even she was not even putting her mind to the money she has made. And I was having a discussion with Libra. Libra is telling me that the money the movie has made. I was like, wow, this did not go to a cinema, you know, and somebody is making this money, and the money is automatic. There is no cumbersome sharing formula, you know, like the cinema. The risk is less, you know, it's less ambiguous, but we all know that the big screen is the big deal at the end of the day, but it takes a lot. But this YouTube thing, averagely it pays more.
Okay, let me take you from where you just ended. You said eventually the cinema,
the big screen is the big deal. Yes.
So why have you not seen any big deal from you?
You've not seen a big deal from. Thank you. Well, I told you that I have a mentorship program. I'm crazily selfless, and I've told you that somebody once said that you should be businessman. That you have this potential. Do this. If I was still with Jumoke now, yeah, maybe you should have been right. But I was on a program. You were discussing before the program started. You were discussing about your frustration about artists. That is why, for me, at any point in time, I want to have at least 1 or 2 relevant stars. That's why I'm a Baka fan. I have that Baka philosophy. Groom your own stars. You know, groom your own stars. Yeah, see that Chelsea man. You be Chelsea. Arsenal. Oh, and I love Arsenal. See, that's the only footballing team in England. I love Arsenal. You know, that's why the Baka philosophy. Groom your own stars. You know, I believe it. So now, I'm growing a new set of people. And like I told you, Anikami is doing very well. When she's right, that's like, if I'm going to, definitely I'm still going to have big names like, you know, but I want my star. Somebody that, you know, you talked about, cinema is not about shoot and go. Now, you're looking for who will go to channels, who will go to, I will not have a couple of my stars that I groom. If everybody disappoints, they will always, if I say 3 a.m., the channel say you should come, they will jump and go. So that has always been my philosophy. I believe in that more than a club philosophy, more than Nollywood philosophy, you know.
We're running out of time, so
but yeah, before I go, New Dagida is coming. It's a cinema project. Yeah, I partnered with Abiodun Jimoh, and it's another biopic. Only that this biopic is a legend. You know, when you say only the legend, Fumilayo and Awojale they are the kind of biopic you can touch. You can see their grandchildren. You can see their. This one is like you're talking about Shango, you know, legend. So it's a story about the only female Ooni of Ife.
Oh,
yeah, very controversial.
I still read about it.
Yeah, in fact, very controversial story, and you know, in fact, during the story we couldn't reveal everything. We just followed our own story, the story we want to tell, you know.
As someone who has hundreds of females loitering through your DM daily who wants to act,
Okay.
How do you handle it? Because I know that I am not a director, but daily I get people come to my who says they want to act, I always push them to my PM.
Yeah. To be honest with you, these days, more often than not, I ignored due to experience, but I still give a couple of people. Yeah. More often than not, I ignore because I've been disappointed. Yeah. I'm someone who loves to give people a chance. I see that these days, people do not even want to dodo koto mommy. You know, they don't even want to strive at all. They want everything to happen abracadabra. Apart from that, a lot of people, they were coming with their own formula. They have this idea in their head that okay, it's when you come and when you do this will happen, or this is what you have to do to know. So I'm tired of this. So when I see, in fact, talking about, you know, most times I'm busy on set, but sometimes let me see my DMO. When I see somebody talk, some people I don't see from your presentation, X, I will just close it. But when I say, okay, this one try, you talk better, let me see the person. Mm-hmm. You go to the person's page, the first thing you see is bomb shaking with one transparent you say, see, this person wants to come and act. Is this not wahala like this? So all this kind of thing they put me off. And you know, I was thinking one of my proteges recently. The name kept popping up, you know, this Anike. I was thinking that thank God for it, because you know people say Toba Titori and Bubu Diju. Then you know when I took her in at that moment, I told my team that I don't want girls again. I don't want to take girls again. And that time there were so many girls. But she came from a friend, someone you know, someone you guys you know is in the media. You know, he's in the media with Tribe TV. Continue. The guy recommended the lady, and I have to respect this guy. It's like Mr. Bond recommending something. Let me just take this one. I told my I'm not leave there. To buy the shaking, anytime I feel just soon over at my down. And the girl has been doing fantastically well. She has been put to test, she has tried, and she's hardworking. And now she's representing well. So I said, thank God for her. Otherwise, I would have written off a lot of people. she gave us hope. And another trend is happening on the guys. You people should be worried. The guys are not ready to do anything again. Guys, this sport bet, and I don't want to say Yahoo, and before you have advent, guys wanted to work more. You have guys behind the camera, continuity, sound men. We don't have them anymore.
We are rounding up, so I'm going to ask you the last question, which you will answer in 30 seconds.
Okay.
One, we spoke so much about Jumoke.
Yeah.
But we didn't talk about our Maruf. What happened is no longer also with you. And then the final thing, these two questions you must answer us in 30 seconds because we have less than 1 minute to go.
Yeah.
The second one is you write so much emotional and romantic movies.
Okay.
You understand? What inspires you? 30 seconds.
Okay. I'll take it from the last. What inspires me is my environment. Yeah. And my childhood too. I was exposed to a lot of things right from childhood, especially books. You will be surprised that I started reading before getting to school. I started primary school at the age of 6. So I started reading, I was saying Abi. I started reading little things, So I was exposed to adult's mind. When I got to school, even as from primary 1, my teachers used to call me out to come and read for the class.
Unfortunately, you won't be able to answer that because if you're out of time, we could go on and on. We are here with a 2-time Africa Magic Viewers Choice Award winner. We thank you for coming, and we look forward to you coming again, maybe after Africa Magic, to come and review the winners or when your cinema movie is out. I hope that somebody learned today from Mr. Abiodun Jimoh on how to make a success of the movie industry. We thank you for listening. Biodun, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Till next week when we come up with another superstar to come and teach on something on Nollywood, we say thank you for listening. Happy Workers' Day, everybody.
Happy Workers' Day and happy birthday to my wife. Mrs. Aulat Kukoi Jimoh. We were both born on special day, May 1st, me October 1st. So, wifey, I love you.
Happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday, madam.